So, obviously we did this video mid-week, and this is rating all the 5-star batches in the game. So the question is now, is where did we rate these guys? So, starting with Dinobot. So, yes, it's a great outpost bot. It's a good tank, but I don't like the way he runs ahead. I really don't. And when you're thinking about, warriors in the game, is he better than Impactor? No, I don't think so. Is he better than Laser Optimus? No, I don't think he is. Is he as good as Sludge, where it's situational? He probably is. So personally, I'd put Dinobot in 3. In terms of being, in terms of 5-star batches. Same as Swoop. Swoop's pretty good, and Smokescreen, I mean, you can sort of argue the case, put these in 4. But Laser Optimus is a 4, and I rate Laser Optimus in an outpost and on attack over Dinobot. I do rate Impactor over him as well. And I haven't pulled Impactor. And I don't really want to pull Dinobot either. Minerva and Flatline, straight in number 5. These guys, I'm not even showing them because I think everyone knows how good they are. Pick of the batch, they are the bots that you want, guys. Without a doubt. Strafe and Thrust, just don't quite do it for me. They're quite poor. They get killed very easily in the air. They get tripped behind walls. There's so many sort of like, oh, is that there? That it makes them just too situational. I put Pipes down there for the same reason, and Snarl and Prowl, and even Jazz. There's a lot of people that use these bots, but they just don't quite cut it for me. 6-gun, trigger happy. Definitely put in this 4 section. I love the fact they can one-shot the MDS. That's a big selling point for me. But the big question is, can they one-shot the MDS when the new perks come in? And same for SG Jetfire and Thundercracker, for simple reason of that extra health and that extra damage. So, that matters a lot. That can be a big difference in a walk team. That extra 7k health, whatever it is. And the good DPS. So that makes a big difference. And the fact he can one-shot. Yes, it's expensive, and that sort of plays it off. If it wasn't expensive, it'd be a 5, because he can one-shot, he's cheap, and everything's good about him. He's got protection in the air, what's not to like. If 6-gun was, perfect in that sense, that, maybe it'd be a 5, they can one-shot, but I'm a bit unsold with him. I'm not 100%, but definitely 4, without a doubt. So, you can see if someone's put, Mark Cooper put Dinobot 3. Yeah, I kind of agree. So, adding it up, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And where does that put us? So, in terms of other batches, this is probably joint 3rd best batch in the game, currently, in my opinion. I don't think you can get better than 8 and 7. I don't think we'll reach them sort of heights. There's not a bad batch, not a bad bot in them batch. 20, 21 is, we should be aiming for about 19, 20 in these batches, where everyone is a 3 to 5. Ideally, everyone should be a 4, and you've got 20. I think that's a good standing point, having a batch that's got, bots that are 20, 4 each, lead level 4. 5, maybe a bit too much, maybe a bit overpowered. 4 is about the niche where it should be. So you can see a lot of bots in 3, quite a few in 4, And maybe Minerva and Flatline a bit overpowered, maybe. Dinobot probably needs a bit of an increase, which I agree. And Thrust and, Strafe still did quite a bit of work. And William Child has put, what about Pinpointer and Strafe to help with his healing and things like that? But then that stops him shooting over walls. I don't like Pinpointer for that reason. So then he shoots at walls. It's like Fire Drive. He walks around them rather than shooting over walls. And I don't like that. I like my bots to shoot over walls. I like to know the pathing of when I destroy that. The bots are going to walk around it after they destroyed it and not walk around walls trying to get to certain defenses. I like my bots to all path the same. So, I don't like glitch in my team. I like glitch as it is, but not in my team. I like Pinpointer for the same reason, but not in my team. But I do like Top Shot. I do like Flak because it has the same range. Even Spoil Sport, for that reason. Not a fan of Top Heavy for the same reason. It changes the range of your bots. I want all my gunners to stay together. That's the big one for me. So, yes, some good choices in there, guys. So, I'd stay away again from Strafe and Thrust. I know a couple of people in the chat said they're looking forward to Strafe and Thrust. I'm not personally. That's the one that I want to avoid. If I pull 2 out of these, out of Flatline and Minerva, if I pull Flatline and Minerva and 1 out of 6-gun and Trigger Happy, oh well, 6 gun and SG Jetfire because I'm an Autobot. If I could pull Minerva and one of these two, I'm done with this batch. I will never go back. I've got a one shot out of it, and I've got a healer out of it, and that's good enough for me. So on Monday we do our pulls. I've got 4 5-star pulls, and we're gonna pull definitely 1 or 2. We're definitely gonna pull 2 out of this batch. If I pull Dinobot and Thrust, or if I pull Dinobot and Strafe, then I'm gonna keep going through the batch because then I've got 3 good bots to pull from. The question is, if I pull 2, where do we go from there? If I pull 2 and don't get Thrust and Strafe, that's a bit of a conundrum. There are other batches we can go to. We haven't got Warpath yet. We haven't got No. We haven't got Optimus. And these are the sort of bots I want to come back for. Maybe even Hot Rod. I can come back for him. Maybe RC. Can come back for RC. Impactor. These are sort of bots that are in these top brackets that I haven't got yet. So I think once we've got all these 2 brackets here, then we're sort of done really. You know, it's really good. But you know, we've got all this bracket here, we've got a couple there, we've got these 2 in the bracket there, we've got these 2 in the bracket, we've got Wheeljack. So, you know, and we've sort of, I've got Prowl and Snarl, but we've avoided the rest of these down here on purpose, basically. You know, don't get me wrong, though, guys. We're going to revisit these again in a year's time, maybe, and we're going to keep these scores. And we're going to look back and say, you know, how has the game changed? When they do these combos, these things might change. We might not want one-shot bots. So, 6 gun and SG Jetfire might be long gone. And Jetfire as well. And, you know, Seasport is already powerful. We might see more of, you know, Brainstorm. We might see more of Snarl because it's an AoE. Even Jazz even. Grimlock even with ability 11. You know, even Ultra Magnus maybe. These bots have got AoEs. We might see more of them. They might come into the forefront. But right now, this is sort of how I feel. So it's, you know, is it better than batch 4? No, not really, but I don't know. Maybe you can put Prowl higher, maybe put Dinobot higher. I don't know. But, you know,